Okay, so what if we could build something like a global nervous system, but for creativity? That's exactly what we're going to look at today. We've got this blueprint that's aiming to do just that. And I'll tell you right now, this is not just another art fair. We're talking about a whole new kind of creative infrastructure for the entire planet. And that line right there, that's the key to this whole thing. The people behind this model, they kick it all off with this really powerful statement, and it just completely reframes the whole conversation. See, this isn't about some temporary event. It's about building the actual infrastructure for what they call the intent economy. And what does that mean? Well, it's a system where connections are made because of shared goals and purpose, not just random luck. So, what this really means is we have to think way, way bigger than just temporary events. I mean, forget about the weekend pop up gallery. This is a blueprint for a permanently connected global network of actual physical hubs, all designed to foster creativity 24/7. So, you might be asking, what exactly is this grid? Is it a marketplace? A gallery? Some kind of innovation lab? Well, the proposal says it's all of those things, all at once. Think of it like this hybrid space that acts almost like a living data organism, where every single part is connected to the whole. Okay, to really get your head around this scale of this idea, I think the easiest way to do it is to compare it to something we all kind of know, right? Like a big international art fair. And wow, the contrast it's really stark. You've got the traditional model, right? The old way. You rent a booth for a few days, it's super temporary, it's transactional, and let's be honest, it's often driven by status. But the IntentOS model, it just completely flips that script. It's all about matching people based on shared goals, creating this always-on economy that's fueled by real, genuine alignment. Right, so the crucial thing to understand here is that this isn't just some small tweak or a minor improvement. The document lays out 5 huge fundamental shifts that completely redefine how a creative marketplace can even work. We're talking about everything: how we connect, what we create, how we make money, and even how we measure success. All right, number one, the first shift, and you could argue it's the most important one, is all about how people connect in the first place. So this is all about what they call intent-based curation. Here's how it works. The system uses data to match artists with the right buyers, collaborators with technologists, patrons with the perfect projects, and it does all this before anyone even walks into the building. So the physical event itself, it's basically the real-world result of connections that have already been made online. Okay, moving on to number two. This second major shift really builds on that foundation, and it's all about redefining who even gets to be a part of this. Yeah, this is not just for painters and sculptors. No way. It's designed to be radically cross-disciplinary. We're talking musicians, coders, architects, systems thinkers, AI artists, the whole shebang. The creators actually call it a Creative Civilization Expo, which I think just perfectly captures that huge ambition to break out of the old, stuffy art world box. All right, the third big difference. This one is a fundamental shift in how we think about time. You know, a typical art fair is here today, gone tomorrow. It's over in a few days. This whole thing is designed to be persistent. Each hub in each city is a permanent physical space, and it has this always-on digital twin. It's running 365 days a year. So it's not some fleeting event. It's more like a living organism, always changing, always evolving. Number four, and listen, this one is huge. It's a complete reimagining of the economics behind creativity. So instead of just a simple one-time sale of a finished product, this system is built on what they call participatory economics. It makes things like co-creation contracts, revenue sharing, and IP collaborations not just possible, but easy. Creators don't just sell their stuff, they form these economic constellations, as the document puts it. These are dynamic partnerships that can grow and change over time. And that brings us to the fifth and final difference. And this one, it's all about making the invisible visible. See, every single interaction in this system generates data. And what that allows for is measurable impact. It's not just about a vague feeling of creativity in a city. No, it's about actually tracking collaboration outcomes and the economic lift. The ultimate goal here is to create a brand new index, a creative GDP per city, so you can actually quantify the value this whole system is bringing to a place. Okay, so that's all the theory, the big ideas. But how would this thing actually roll out across the globe? You know, what does the physical grid even look like? Well, the strategy is a phased rollout. It doesn't all happen at once. It starts with 7 foundational hubs, like anchor points, and from there it expands intelligently. It uses data to see where creative demand is spiking. So new hubs aren't just chosen because some city seems cool, they're activated by the actual needs of the network. And those first 7 anchor cities, they're very strategically chosen to create a genuinely global network right from day one. You've got these established creative capitals right alongside some really exciting, rapidly emerging hubs. Each one brings a totally unique energy and perspective to the grid. And that's super important because it ensures the whole network isn't just dominated by one single cultural viewpoint. And the physical spaces themselves, they're absolutely key. The whole philosophy here is to avoid those sterile, boring convention centers. Instead, the idea is to take over repurposed industrial spaces, old warehouses, factories, places that have some history, some soul. The building itself should feel like a modern cathedral, but one that's dedicated to creativity. So when you put all of these pieces together, right, the data-driven connections, the global hubs, these new economic models, what is the ultimate goal here? What is the actual end game? Well, this is it. This is the end game. The ambition is to build something so fundamental, so deeply integrated, that it literally becomes the creative layer of civilization. Think about that. A whole new piece of essential infrastructure for how we as a species collaborate and innovate. Which, of course, leads to the final crucial question that the blueprint itself asks. What is this, really? I mean, is it just a revenue engine, a business? Is it a cultural revolution? Or is it the physical manifestation of our connected world? The answer, it seems, is that it has to be all 3 of those things at the same time. It's not just an event, and it's not just a business. It's a balanced system designed from the ground up to be a sustainable, powerful, and totally integrated global operating layer for all of human creativity.